Eetachi. This name alone carries a whole sky's worth of sins, but the truth behind it is absolutely one of the wildest twists in Naruto history. The dude was internationally wanted for genocide, wiping out the entire Uchiha clan in a single night, leaving only his little brother Sasuke alive. But hold up, if you think that's the whole story, you're totally missing the real madness behind it. The Uchiha clan was planning a full coup against Konoha. They were pushed to the side, watched closely, treated with doubt, and finally decided to rise up to take power back. If that coup actually happened, it wouldn't be a simple civil conflict. It could have absolutely sparked a fourth great ninja war, dragging thousands of people into death. And Itachi, at just 13 years old, was forced into the kind of choice nobody on Earth would ever want: his clan or his village. He chose to kill his entire clan. His parents, relatives, everyone, all died by Itachi's own hands. And the craziest detail is how completely clear-headed he was the whole time. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he did it anyway. He turned himself into a monster in the eyes of the world, so Sasuke could live in peace, so Konoha wouldn't get swallowed by a war. After that, Itachi joined Akatsuki, this insanely dangerous criminal group. He became one of the most wanted traitors on the planet, but the truth was even dirtier. He was still secretly working for Konoha. He kept protecting his village from the shadows, even while the whole world saw him as a villain. Sasuke Uchiha, the little brother Itachi gave literally everything to protect, ended up becoming one of the most heavily wanted criminals in shinobi history. And unlike Itachi or Zabuza, this dude didn't even have some noble excuse behind it. Sasuke got wanted because he let pure hatred absolutely swallow his mind and whatever humanity he had left. Everything started when Sasuke bailed on Konoha to chase power from Orochimaru, all so he could get strong enough to kill Itachi. That choice was him straight up betraying every teammate and every person who ever believed in him. And that was just the warm-up. After killing Itachi and learning the truth about his brother, Sasuke didn't calm down at all. He dropped even deeper into a bottomless pit of rage. He teamed up with Akatsuki, the terrorist group the entire world was hunting. Then he did something even crazier. He stormed the Five Kage Summit, the meeting of the most powerful leaders in the world, and went after Danzo. On the way there, he killed dozens of samurai, fought the Kage, and absolutely made himself the shared enemy of all 5 great villages. This wasn't personal revenge anymore. Sasuke leveled himself into a full-blown international threat. And yeah, he also went after Killer Bee, which instantly put him on the Raikage's blacklist. The worst part came after that. Sasuke said he would completely destroy Konoha and kill every villager to avenge the Uchiha. He even tried to kill Sakura, Kakashi, and everyone who used to be his own team. At that point, Sasuke wasn't acting like a human anymore. He was basically a monster built out of tragedy and pure loneliness, attacking anyone unlucky enough to stand near him. The original text literally describes how years of chasing revenge made him more extreme, more irrational, and totally isolated, turning him into an international criminal. After the Fourth Great Ninja War, he got pardoned because of his contributions and because Naruto and Kakashi backed him up. Now he lives as a silent ghost in the shadows, still protecting the shinobi world from the dark. Madara, well, the ultimate boss of every criminal move. But here's what makes him seriously scary. He wasn't evil from the start. This dude literally co-founded Konoha, standing side by side with Hashirama Senju to make that dream of a peaceful ninja village happen. But then Hashirama becomes the first Hokage, and Madara starts worrying his clan will get crushed. He thinks peace is just a fantasy, and as long as the ninja system exists, war will never stop. From there, Madara doesn't just betray Konoha, he straight up betrays the idea of peace he once truly believed in. He leaves the village, becomes one of the first missing 9 ever, and starts chasing his own version of peace, the dark, twisted way. And bro, you know what happens when a genius like Madara goes full dark path? Chaos. He controls the Nine Tails to attack Konoha, turns the world's strongest monster into his personal weapon. He fights Hashirama, fakes his death, hides in the shadows, manipulates Obito, sets up the Moon's Eye plan, and basically has his fingers in every big chaos in the ninja world. If the ninja world shakes, you can bet Madara had a hand in it. Eventually, he almost hits his peak. Becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, almost erases reality itself, trapping everyone in a dream world with no pain, no war, no loss. Sounds sweet? Totally. But bro, he kills thousands doing it. He's literally ready to sacrifice the whole world just to make that perfect peace happen. But real talk, I never saw Madara as purely evil. He's more like a massive, insane, great villain, dangerous, over the top, but with twisted logic. Still, his way was completely wrong. My friends, happiness doesn't come from one guy carrying the whole weight, or forcing it. Respect your people, take care of each other, and don't try to be Madara. Obito. Man, I'm halfway through listing the entire Uchiha clan already, and Obito is living proof of how a good guy can turn into a total nightmare when pushed to the edge. This dude used to be Minato's student, Kakashi's teammate, just a kid dreaming about becoming Hokage. And yet, his name is forever tied to one of Konoha's biggest disasters, the night the Nine Tails attacked, the night Naruto lost his parents and the village went up in flames. Listen to this. Obito attacked Konoha on the exact day Kushina was giving birth, when her seal was weakest. He released the Nine Tails from her body, controlled the beast to attack the village, and indirectly caused the deaths of Minato and Kushina. He even tried to kill baby Naruto, an innocent kid. Well, pure hatred driving him. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Obito manipulated the entire Akatsuki, turning a group of ninja who supposedly wanted peace into tools for Madara's Moon's Eye plan. He sent Akatsuki hunting Jinchuriki across the world, killing hundreds of ninja and innocent Jinchuriki. And when the ninja world started uniting to fight back, Obito triggered the Fourth Great Ninja War, dragging tens of thousands of people into pure chaos. Eventually, he becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, absorbs all the tailed beasts, and gets enough power to try pulling off the infinite Tsukuyomi himself. The dude was ready to become a full-blown monster, ready to erase reality just to make a world where Rin was still alive. Thousands died, countless families were destroyed, all in the pursuit of his obsession. But bro, here's the twist. He finally got a shot at redemption. Maybe he couldn't fix everything, but he at least turned around, helped Team 7 seal Kaguya, and died saving Naruto. That's Obito for you. Tragedy, chaos, and a tiny spark of hero at the end. Orochimaru. Alright, listen up. When it comes to wanted ninjas, Orochimaru is literally the name that makes the whole shinobi world shiver. This dude's crime list could honestly fill a full-on novel series, and I'm not talking about your usual petty stuff. Nah, this guy went full-on twisted, experimenting on humans, and the worst part? Kids. Yeah, you heard that right, kids. Orochimaru kidnapped dozens, maybe hundreds of kids from ninja villages, turning them into guinea pigs for horrifying experiments on Mokuton and other Kekkei Genkai. Most of them didn't make it. This right here is exactly why the third Hokage, his own teacher, had to put the strictest bounty on him ever. But it doesn't stop there. Orochimaru also cooked up a whole arsenal of forbidden jutsu, the deadliest being Edo Tensei, bringing the dead back to life and turning them into living weapons. He straight up killed the third Kazekage, wore his skin to sneak into Konoha, and even tried to wipe out the entire village by summoning the first and second Hokage to attack. And yes, he killed his own master, Hiruzen Sarutobi, right in the middle of that battle. This dude also rolled with Akatsuki, built labs all over the place, grabbed samples from around the world to steal or recreate powers, and even teamed up with Danzo to make Shin, basically a human-made super soldier. After the Fourth Great Ninja War, he got amnesty. Why? Because his research was insanely valuable, and he actually helped the Allied shinobi forces during the war. Bro, is this the ultimate proof that genius and criminal are just a hair apart? Drop your thoughts in the comments about Orochimaru getting a free pass. This guy's story is absolutely insane. Kabuto. Alright, listen up. Kabuto Yakushi might sound like a chill, nerdy guy, right? Don't let that soft face and cute glasses fool you. This dude is one of the most dangerous ninjas in history, and his wanted level? Straight up threat to the entire shinobi world. Kabuto started out as the perfect spy. He infiltrated Konoha, Iwa, Kumo, Suna, Kiri. Basically every major ninja village had his footprints. He also had ties to Akatsuki and even worked for Root. Yeah, you heard that right. A guy who basically got inside almost every ninja country and organization ever. His spy skills were absolutely insane. A literal genius in espionage. And that's exactly why every nation wanted him the moment the truth came out. He knew way too many national secrets. But what really made Kabuto most wanted? When he perfected Edo Tensei and turned himself into a dragon sage. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, this dude single-handedly resurrected an army of legends, Kage, Akatsuki members, basically all the heavy hitters who had died. He created his own faction in the war, like a mini-nation with an immortal army strong enough to go up against the whole shinobi world. His war crimes? Absolutely catastrophic. Thousands dead, and the resurrected fighters forced to battle against their own wills. Oh, but here's the kicker. He's redeemed now. Kabuto is running an orphanage with Orochimaru, the same dude who pushed him into all those crazy deeds. Ever thought a world-class war criminal could completely turn around? Kabuto is living proof, bro. Deidara. Deidara is literally the perfect definition of a crazy artist. This dude truly believes that art is explosion. The bigger, the flashier, the more destructive, the better. And he proved that philosophy by becoming one of the most dangerous terrorists in the ninja world. Coming straight out of Iwagakure, Deidara used to be part of the village's explosion division. But to fully chase his artistic dreams, he straight up stole a forbidden jutsu from the village. Yeah, the one that lets the tiny mouths on his hands chew clay and turn it into living bombs. Then he bailed. Classic criminal move. And while escaping, he wiped out every ninja sent after him. Absolutely savage. After ditching his village, Deidara became a mercenary, a wandering terrorist. He'd take any job to bomb, destroy, or kill whoever paid the highest. His reputation spread like a living weapon of mass destruction. That is, until Akatsuki came calling. And here's the twist. Deidara did not join Akatsuki voluntarily. Itachi smashed him with Sharingan, proving that genjutsu is also a form of art. Deidara joined because his ego got bruised. He wanted to prove his explosions were the best of the best. And yeah, to get back at Itachi. Deidara's final act? Pure, insane art. Cornered by Sasuke, he activated C0, turning his entire body into a massive bomb with a 10-kilometer destruction radius. He literally self-destructed in a way only a totally crazy artist like Deidara could, turning himself into his ultimate masterpiece. Kisame. Kisame Hoshigaki is literally one of the most wanted ninjas with a criminal record as crazy and diverse as anyone out there. This dude wasn't just a simple runaway, he's a national-level terrorist, political assassin, and straight-up traitor. The story starts in Kirigakure, the Bloody Mist village, where ninjas were killing each other even as students. Kisame grew up in that brutal environment and became one of the legendary 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist, wielding Samahata, a sword that literally eats chakra. But here's the twist. Kisame got manipulated by Obito, the guy calling himself Madara, and pulled into a massive terrorist plan. He got involved in a plot to overthrow the Mizukage and the whole Water Country government. High-level treason, bro, like trying to start a full-on revolution. But wait, it gets worse. Kisame personally took part in assassinating a daimyo, basically the head of another country. Killing a daimyo? That's basically a declaration of war. He also carried out a bunch of hits on high-ranking officials, spreading chaos across the region. When the plan got exposed, Kisame bailed, taking Samahata with him, the village's national treasure. Stealing one of the legendary 7 swords instantly cranked his wanted level up to insane. He joined Akatsuki and paired up with Itachi, forming one of the deadliest duos in the organization. Kisame's final act? Pure samurai-style death. When captured and tortured for info, he summoned a man-eating shark and literally sacrificed himself to protect Akatsuki's secrets. Absolutely badass. Hiden? Let's talk about Hiden, one of the craziest wanted ninjas in history. This dude didn't kill for politics or power. Nah, he killed for pure fun, driven by insane devotion to a bloodthirsty god. The story starts in Yugakure, the hot water village. After years of war, the village decided to give up the ninja life and focus on tourism, seeking peace. But Hiden? He freaked out. In his twisted mind, ninjas were born to kill. That's their nature, their purpose. When the village abandoned that life, he felt betrayed. And how did he get revenge? He went back home and slaughtered an entire neighborhood. Neighbors, friends, innocent civilians, no one survived. This was the deadliest massacre in Yugakure's history, turning a whole district into a graveyard in just one night. After that massacre, Hiden bounced and found the Jashin religion, a cult that worships killing. And this is when he became a real monster. Jashin granted him true immortality. He could get his head chopped off, his heart pierced, sliced to pieces, and still survive. With this insane power, Hiden turned killing into a religious ritual. Every kill was an offering. More blood is better. He developed a totally unique technique: drink the victim's blood, draw a Jashin circle, and use his own body as a voodoo doll. Every wound he inflicted on himself shows up on the victim and kills them. Twisted, right? Yugakure was so terrified that they even hired Akatsuki to kill him. But Akatsuki saw his value and recruited him instead. While in Akatsuki, Hiden killed Asuma Sarutobi, the son of the third Hokage and one of Konoha's top jonin. And in the end, Shikamaru buried him alive in a deep pit in the Nara forest, where he will stay forever, immobile and starving. Absolutely insane. Kakuzu. Kakuzu is living proof that age is just a number. This dude was 91 years old and still killing like a machine, still hunting bounties like a starving beast. His story starts back in the era of Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage. Takagakure sent Kakuzu to assassinate Hashirama, probably the most suicidal mission in history. Of course, he failed, but somehow survived. Coming back to the village, instead of being hailed as a survivor hero, he got treated like a loser, punished hard for not completing the mission. Kakuzu went absolutely berserk. He broke into the forbidden jutsu vault and stole Earth Grudge Fear, a deadly technique that lets him pull black threads from his body to steal other people's hearts and implant them in himself. Then he killed all the village elders, took their hearts, and bounced. Earth Grudge Fear basically turned Kakuzu into a near-immortal beast. He could carry 5 hearts at once, 1 for himself and 4 extra hearts on his back, forming 4 elemental masks. Whenever a heart got destroyed, he just killed another strong ninja and swapped in a new one. That's how he survived 91 years at peak power. Kakuzu made a living as a bounty hunter, killing high-value targets non-stop. He killed so many people that the bingo book had to be constantly updated. In Akatsuki, Kakuzu was infamous for killing his own partners. He wiped out all his previous partners because of his short temper and used their hearts for himself. Only Hiden, the immortal guy, could survive as his partner. Kakuzu even attacked a temple, slaughtered monks, and killed Chiriku, one of the 12 guardian ninja protecting the fire daimyo, just to grab a 30 million ryo bounty. For this dude, humans were literally just currency. His end? Naruto hit him with Rasen Shuriken, destroying 3 hearts at once, and Kakashi finished off the last one. After 91 years of living in pure crime, Kakuzu finally met his end. Absolutely legendary criminal life, bro. Nagato? Nagato, aka Pain, is literally one of the most wanted ninjas with a crime scale that's off the charts. His story? Pure tragedy, orchestrated from start to finish by Obito and Madara. Madara implanted the Rinnegan, the strongest eyes in the Naruto universe, into Nagato when he was just a kid. His life was nothing but relentless pain. He watched his parents get killed right in front of him during war. He had to wander as an orphan in the Rain Village, where fighting never stops. Then he met Jiraiya, got trained, found hope, but it all fell apart when Yahiko, his best friend, and the original Akatsuki founder, was forced to die by Hanzo and Danzo. That's when Nagato became Pain. He came back and slaughtered Hanzo and his entire family, retainers, and allies. No one was spared, from old to young. Nagato took control of the Rain Village and turned it into a giant prison. He then led Akatsuki, turning the group from a peaceful gang into a full-on terror organization hunting Biju. And yes, he even trained Jiraiya. This is why Nagato's wanted level is off the charts high. He owns the Rinnegan, the ultimate eye both Madara and Obito wanted for themselves. But the peak of Pain's crimes? The attack on Konoha. 6 Pain bodies invaded the village, battling every ninja, killing hundreds. Then Pain Tendo flew into the sky and dropped Shinra Tensei, a village-wide push so powerful that Konoha was flattened in seconds. Thousands died. This was literally the first time in history a single ninja completely destroyed a major village. Nagato's end? Total redemption. After Naruto convinced him, he used Rinne Rebirth to bring back everyone killed in the attack, sacrificing his own life in the process. Absolutely insane story, bro. Konan. Konan is living proof that you should never judge a book by its cover. She looks like an angel, literally floating around, turning her body into paper, but behind that graceful facade, she's one of Akatsuki's founding members and a key player in countless crimes. She grew up with Nagato and Yahiko as war orphans. The 3 of them were trained by Jiraiya and co-founded Akatsuki, originally aiming for peace. But after Yahiko died, Konan stood by Nagato as he turned Akatsuki into a full-on terror organization. And here's the important part. Konan wasn't forced or manipulated like Nagato. She chose this path voluntarily, out of loyalty to him. Her paper ninjutsu might sound cute, but it's deadly as hell. She can turn her body into thousands of paper sheets, float like a butterfly, make weapons out of paper, even dissolve into the rain to avoid attacks. As Pain's angel in Omega Cure, Konan was his most loyal right hand, executing every order without hesitation. She took part in the attack on Konoha, fighting ninja and helping Pain flatten the village. Her wanted level wasn't as insane as Pain's, but still extremely dangerous, a founder and core pillar of Akatsuki. After Nagato died, Konan betrayed Obito to protect the Rinnegan. She set up a crazy deadly trap, 600 billion explosive paper sheets hidden in a massive lake. Yeah, you heard that right, 600 billion? She calculated that Obito's Kamui could only last 5 minutes, so she rigged a continuous 10-minute explosion. This is one of the deadliest traps ever set in Naruto, and it almost killed Obito if he hadn't used Izanagi. Konan's end? Obito killed her and took the Rinnegan from Nagato's body. The death of an angel who protected the last thing she loved. Absolutely insane, bro. Shisui. Shisui Uchiha is a special case on the wanted ninja list because technically, he's not a criminal. Dude was one of the most loyal ninjas to Konoha, so why the hell was he being hunted? The answer is in his eyes. The Mangekyou Sharingan with Kotoa Matsukami, probably the strongest genjutsu ever, if you don't count the Mugen Tsukuyomi. Kotoa Matsukami lets Shisui completely control someone's thoughts and will without them even knowing. The victim thinks every action is their own choice. This isn't your basic mind control, it literally rewrites their entire perception. One use, and you can turn an enemy into an ally, even make a Kage dance like a puppet. That power alone made Shisui highly wanted, whether he liked it or not. Shisui's tragedy starts when the Uchiha clan planned a coup against Konoha. He wanted to use Kotoa Matsukami to stop it peacefully by controlling the Uchiha leaders. But Danzo, paranoid as always about Uchiha power, didn't trust him. Danzo ambushed Shisui and used Izanagi to steal his right eye. Oh, but Danzo wanted both eyes to get ultimate power. After that attack, Shisui knew he would be hunted to death. He gave his left eye to Itachi with a message to protect the village, then jumped into the Naka River and killed himself. But even dead, Shisui's wanted status didn't disappear. Different groups still searched for his body, hoping to grab his remaining eye or DNA. Just like Jiraiya, no one could find him. Absolutely legendary, bro. Shin Uchiha. Shin Uchiha is living proof that Orochimaru's experiments still wreak havoc, even in the Boruto era. He's not a real Uchiha, just a perfect experimental product that went absolutely off the rails. Originally, Shin was just one of Orochimaru's countless lab rats. Orochimaru implanted Hashirama cells and tons of Sharingan all over his body. His right arm was so insanely strong that Orochimaru cut it off and grafted it onto Danzo. Oh, and Shin escaped, taking Orochimaru's cloning tech with him. He started creating army after army of his own clones, mini Shin soldiers loaded with Sharingan. That's why he became wanted in the first place. An illegal army of dangerous mutant warriors. He called them his children, but used them like tools. believing life only matters if it passes down the strongest traits. But what makes Shin truly most wanted is his insane philosophy. He believes peace is the enemy of evolution. He wanted to resurrect Akatsuki to create endless war because in his twisted mind, conflict drives humanity to evolve. The climax of Shin's crimes? He tried to kill Sasuke to avenge Itachi. In his deranged head, Itachi was right to wipe out the Uchiha clan, and Sasuke was the ultimate traitor to Itachi's ideals. The battle with Naruto and Sasuke showed Shin is not to be messed with. He controls weapons with Sharingan, heals insanely fast thanks to Hashirama cells, and has a clone army supporting him. Shin's end? His own clones betrayed and killed him, realizing they were just tools to be used and discarded. Absolutely insane, bro. Karen. Karen is a special case on the wanted ninja list because she's not a criminal in the usual sense. She's hunted because she's insanely valuable. A living treasure everyone wants to own or exploit. It's the classic tragedy of being born with gifts that turn into a curse. She's a descendant of the Uzumaki clan, a legendary bloodline with massive chakra and insane vitality. After Uzushio was destroyed, the surviving Uzumaki became prime targets on the black market. Karen went through a literal hell. Her mother was abused by Kusagakure as a healing tool until she died. And then Karen herself was forced into the same thing, people biting her to drain chakra for healing. Her body is covered in scars, each one a brutal reminder of being used. When Kusa was destroyed in the war, human traffickers noticed her Uzumaki blood and started hunting her, officially making her wanted. Her chakra once fully restored Tsunade, one of the top medical ninjas ever. On top of that, she has the mind's eye of the Kagura, an insane chakra sense that lets her detect chakra from far away, track enemies, measure power, and even sense emotions, or genjutsu. Sasuke himself called it unmatched tracking. She's basically a walking radar. Plus, she has adamantine sealing chains, golden chains that can bind and nullify chakra, even capable of breaking Mokuton. Orochimaru rescued Karen from Uzumaki hunters. But really? He just trapped her in Otogakure as a lab experiment and base manager. Later, she joined Taka with Sasuke, using her sensor skills to hunt Itachi and capture tailed beasts. During the Kage Summit, Raikage personally targeted her because she was such a dangerous sensor. Konoha captured and interrogated her to get info on Akatsuki. In the Fourth Ninja War, both sides wanted her, either to use or eliminate her. Absolutely wild and high stakes, bro. Gurin. Gurin is one of the most unique wanted ninjas because she has a Keki Genkai that even Orochimaru seriously craved, crystal release. This isn't some basic skill. It's a super rare bloodline limit, so rare that most people have only heard rumors about it, and barely anyone has seen it firsthand. Her crystal release lets her crystallize anything, targets, weapons, even the moisture in the air. That means she basically has an infinite supply of weapons as long as there's air around. The hardness of her crystals is insanely strong. Even Yamato's Mokuton can't break through it. That's huge, because Mokuton is known as one of the strongest abilities ever. On top of that, Sharingan can't copy crystal release, making it a perfect counter to the Uchiha clan. Orochimaru even tried to take her body just to get this power, which is why she became his most loyal right-hand ninja. Gurin once led Orochimaru's armies in the attack on Konoha during the Three Tails arc. She even temporarily controlled Sanbi, the tailed beast. Absolutely insane power, bro. Zabuza. Zabuza Momochi was totally one of the legendary Seven Swordsmen of the Mist, but this dude actually did something most ninja only think about. He straight up planned to assassinate his own Mizukage. The problem was simple. The fourth Mizukage, Yagura Karatachi, was absolutely turning Kirigakure into a living nightmare. People called it the Bloody Mist era for a reason. Zabuza saw his whole village sliding deeper into darkness, and instead of sitting around and accepting it, the man literally started building his own private army to overthrow the entire system. It was either insanely brave or insanely reckless. There's one detail people totally forget. When the coup failed because someone inside betrayed them, Zabuza didn't run away empty-handed. He took the Kubikiribocho, one of the village's 7 legendary blades. That sword wasn't just a weapon. It was a symbol of power and pride for the whole Mist village. Taking it meant he was carrying the village's legacy with him, not just escaping. And here's the coldest part. After becoming a missing nin, Zabuza didn't hide or drop his dream. He absolutely went full mercenary, taking every dirty job he could to make money and stack resources for a second coup. Every swing of that massive blade, every single kill, he was thinking about the day he'd go back to Kirigakure and finish what he started. That's why he worked for Gato, even though it was humiliating as hell. Sadly, he died before he could ever make that ambition real. Haku. Haku's story is totally different from the other wanted ninjas on this list. He wasn't hunted to be captured or exploited. Nah, he was hunted to be killed by his own family and villagers, just for being born with a cursed gift. Haku had ice release, a super rare Kekkei Genkai that combined wind and water to make ice. In Haku's village, after the war, anyone with a bloodline limit was considered a monster, a threat to the community because their fighting power was just too insane. This was standard practice. Whole clans had been massacred for the same reason. Haku's mom hid both their powers carefully, but one day, Haku accidentally used ice release. His dad found out, and reacted horrifically. He gathered the villagers, armed with sticks and swords, and killed Haku's mom right in front of him. Then they turned on Haku, ready to kill him too. In a moment of extreme fear and despair, Haku lost control. Ice release erupted with insane power, freezing everything, killing his dad and the entire crowd. A kid who just lost his mom ended up personally killing his dad and dozens of others. Haku became a wandering orphan in the snow, living like a stray dog, scavenging for scraps. Nobody wanted to capture him like Karen or Jugo. They just wanted him gone, dead, erased. Then Zabuza found him in that state and took him in. But Zabuza didn't see Haku as a person. He saw him as a weapon, a tool. Haku accepted that because it was the first time someone gave him a reason to exist. Under Zabuza, Haku's ice release became a deadly weapon. He could fire thousands of ice needles at lightning speed, make ice mirrors to move faster than Sharingan could track, and turn the whole battlefield into his icy domain. Haku's end was legendary tragic. He sacrificed himself to protect Zabuza from Kakashi, dying with a smile because he finally felt useful to someone he loved. Jugo. Jugo is one of the most unique wanted ninjas out there because he's not hunted for crimes or for being from a rare clan. Nah, he's hunted because his body itself is the key to achieving Sage transformation, one of the most insane powers in the Naruto universe, without all the painful training. Jugo was born with a natural enzyme in his blood that lets him absorb natural energy from the environment automatically. Sounds awesome, right? Until you realize the downside. When the enzyme kicks in, Jugo goes full-on Sage transformation. His body mutates completely. Wings sprout, arms turn into giant axes, strength multiplies insanely. But here's the kicker. He loses all control and turns into a raging killing machine. This isn't the polished Sage mode of Naruto or Jiraiya. It's raw, brutal, primal, uncontrollable. From a young age, Jugo had to witness himself killing countless innocent people whenever the enzyme activated. Orochimaru found Jugo and immediately realized he was the ultimate Sage power source. Orochimaru himself could never master normal Sage mode. His body was too weak and lacked chakra. But Jugo's enzyme? Shortcut to Sage transformation. Just implant it into someone else, and boom, they can go Sage mode without meditation or training on Mount Myoboku. Orochimaru hunted Jugo, captured him multiple times, and locked him in northern labs managed by Karen. Ironically, Jugo voluntarily stayed most of the time, scared of himself, scared of killing innocents. He basically self-imprisoned to protect others. Later, Kabuto implanted Jugo's enzyme into himself and achieved full Snake Sage mode during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Sasuke also personally recruited Jugo into Taka, and Jugo went willingly because Sasuke could control his rage with Sharingan. Jugo's wanted status is totally special. He's not hunted to be killed like Haku, not hunted to be sold like Karen, but hunted to be studied and exploited like a living sage mode factory. That's why everyone in the ninja world is keeping tabs on him. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.